Hello Aquarius, and welcome to Healing Dove Tarot. Aquarius, it's a quick 3-card spread for your week ahead. 3 cards from the tarot, 1 oracle card for your love, 1 for your health, and 1 for your career. So let's get started. Universe and angels, messages and guides, my higher self, I call upon you now to give me a clear and accurate reading for the sign of Aquarius. Please show me what they need to hear, not what they want to hear for their week ahead. Thank you, Spirit. Can I please have 2 more cards? One of the most important messages for Aquarius. 1 more, please. Aquas, my Aquas. Your energy is pretty intense, I've got to be honest with you. 1 more card, please. Yeah, okay. First of all, you're the only sign that I've had where all of them have come up reversed. So I feel like you're blocking your energy, and the deck's not reversed, by the way. You're getting in your own way, which you have the ability to do. There's this theory that the star signs represent the stages of evolution, whether you believe in reincarnation or not. And typically Capricorns, Aquarius and Pisces tend to be the most spiritual of the lot because you've already incarnated so many times over the lifetime. You've already had the experiences. So your challenges, your lifetime experiences tend to be heavier than most before you get to becoming a Pisces, right? Again, theory. I'm not sure how much I believe of it. But as an Aquarius, you're about to enter a really challenging period because we have just shifted out of the age of Capricorn into Aquarius. It's why we've had a full change in administration. It's why we've had a full change in governments, in a whole range of different things. And you're feeling it more so than others. You don't show it, but you think about it a lot. And what I'm seeing is blocked energy coming through for you this week. You have a new moon coming up in Scorpio, right? And it's going to challenge your philosophical and spiritual beliefs. It's really going to push you to the brink. 3 of Wands is an action card typically in the upright, but this for me is showing that you're stagnant in whatever it is that you do for a cross. Whatever you create in the world, it's like you're not moving forward. You've got the idea and you have everything that you need to make it happen, but you're not moving forward because you've got these limiting thoughts and beliefs about yourself that hold you back. The 9 of Swords in reverse says that almost like you don't value yourself. So you're sitting there going, well, I could do that, but I don't know if I'll be good enough. Or I could take that path, but I don't know if I'll have success. Or I could do that, but no one's going to buy it from me anyway. That kind of self-talk, all right? The World comes up, and the World, if you've heard me speak about it before, is Major Arcana. It's the very last a card of the deck before you get to the Joker, which is like complete reset. This is not just closing of a cycle. This is karma, deep-seated karma from previous lifetimes that you're releasing and letting go. And I feel like for you, Aquarius, you've been doing this work for the last couple of years. You've been slowly doing it in preparation. If I'm honest, Capricorns had it for the last 3 or 4 years. And we've now got Jupiter in our sign that will move out at the end of the year. And guess where it's moving into? Aquarius. So you're starting to feel this energy already. That's why it's in the reverse, because it's not quite there. But this is going to be turned into the upright around about December. And you're going to release and let go a lot of patterns, a lot of shit from your parents, a lot of stuff that just doesn't vibe with you anymore. It's really interesting too, because these cards by themselves are actually very positive cards. But in the reverse and coupled with the 9 of Swords, I mean, you can see how dark that is. This is a card of like a deep sorrow and loss. Like he's literally in bed with his head in his hands, crying, hunched over. And, you know, sometimes we need to do that. Sometimes that's what we need to do to have that release, to let it go. You're being invited to do that this week, Aquarius. My advice whenever life gets a little bit tough, and the way that I found I can cope with rejection, it's what I do for a job, is that give yourself 24 hours to be in this phase, okay? The easiest way you get out of it, because if you don't actually mourn the loss of something, if you don't sit in the darkness and in the sorrow, you'll never get it out of your system, right? And it'll just come out and it will fester and fester and fester. But then if you sit in the darkness for too long, if you sit there thinking and ruminating about everything that you coulda, shoulda, woulda, then you don't actually get out of that energy. And you have some beautiful cards here, okay? So whatever it is right now where you're feeling held back, and it might be in everything, right? It might feel like it's literally in every aspect of your life. And I wouldn't be surprised if it is, because you're going through that deep transformation. But whatever it is that you're going through right now, give yourself the 24 hours to mourn it. If it's the loss of a relationship or one that actually didn't get started, then give yourself time to mourn it. Get drunk, do whatever you need to do. If it is the fact that you don't feel like you're fulfilled in your career anymore, same thing, but it's 24 hours. And then you can't go back and go, well, I feel shit today again, I'm going to do the same thing. No, that's not the advice, right? The advice I'm giving you is give yourself 24 hours, and I really want you to then sit there and think about it all, right? And then the next day you wake up clean slate and you go, right, I'm going to give gratitude for everything in my life. And then you watch as things start to turn, okay? It's my personal mantra, 24 hours, whatever it is. Obviously, if you're mourning the death of someone or you've gone through something heavy, different story, right? You know, everything in perspective here. But most of the times, we're hanging on to things from our past that we really should release and let go. And did you know there's this really interesting scientific fact? I'll try and find the link and put it in the description box below. That when we actually think a negative thought, do you know how long it stays with us and affects us? It's 30 seconds. 30 seconds, literally. The rest of it is ourselves playing it over and over and over and over and over in our mind, so then it becomes a big problem. And often, we're the ones that are making it worse than what it is. Go Google it. Okay, your love message is separation. Time from your partners on the horizon. Yeah, I saw this coming. As I said to you, you're letting go of things that no longer serve you. Some of you are going through breakups, or you're still going through the hurt of a breakup right now. Some of you, your partner is overseas and they can't physically get to you, I think probably because of the pandemic. For others of you, you're just still healing from a separation. I think I may have already even said that. It's going to take time. Try not to rush it. Remember what I said, 24 hours. Try and get into that habit. Okay, so this is really interesting, and I knew this card was going to come up. Sobriety. So for those that are doing too much of the self-loathing and, you know, the coping mechanisms, getting high, drinking too much, whatever it is that you do in excess, this is the message to actually snap out of it. The best thing you can do right now is get as sober as you possibly can to snap yourself out of this cycle and help yourself transition through this cycle. You saw it there, the cards don't lie. Finally, you have the Observer in reverse. My gosh, so much, and it's so many cards reverse. It's crazy. I haven't seen that for so long. I'm going to read it to you for the from the Books Loves like I normally do, so I can give it to you verbatim. Let me just find it for you. Okay, so typically in the upright, this speaks about seeing things from a different perspective, right? I don't know if you can see the illustration, but it's like a little fox and he's got a looking glass and he's looking out and looking at the future of what's coming in. When it's in the reverse, it shows that you almost don't want to see it. And that's what these cards mean as well. It says, ever think sometimes your life options are suction capped to your face and you can't see beyond yourself? There's a big world out there, a multitude of potential realities that you're unable to perceive at this present. So you're a little stuck. Who cares? It's time to get advice from someone you trust, someone who has a better perspective on your circumstances. Other points of view are needed now before you move forward. Take heart, my dear one. A beautiful vista is waiting for you to absorb it and step forward. You just need a little help widening your scope beyond your small self. Wow, if that's not cool, that's what this was, right? That's what I was saying. It's like wallowing in this. For those that are really struggling right now, like obviously I recommend going and speaking to someone, see a psychologist, reach out. Yep, it might feel weird, but it really does help when you can actually share what's going on in your head. Highly recommend it. I've done it myself. If you haven't seen it on the channel, go check out my video on mental breakdowns and depression. That could help as well. But doing this, becoming sober and actually focusing on this is going to help you release the chains that bind you. Heavy energy, my loves, but you know me, I give it to you exactly as I see it. Don't worry. There's the good thing about endings is that the circle always turns, right? So if this is like this, then you bet your bottom dollar it's going to turn around like this very soon. All right, I hope you found this reading helpful. If you did, please hit the like button. It helps the channel more than you know, and I'll be back with you next week. Take care.